Guten Tag and welcome back to Fabian's 30-minute meals. I'm Fabian and you might remember me from autobiographies such as Sexual Encounters of the Third Kind and Tentacles. What are they good for? Today we're gonna do beef au jus. So we got some beef and actually a round eye roast, about 2 to 3 pounds, doesn't really matter. So we're gonna get that ready and put that in the oven at a low temperature, like about 200 degrees, and let that just go until it reaches about 130, 135 degrees internal temperature, and then let it rest. We're gonna give it a reverse sear as well. We're gonna make the sauce, or the au jus itself, the jus, and we're gonna serve some baguette with it. So, but first, apparently we have a new 46th president in town, so we're gonna raise our glasses for this. So we got like some
bottle of mimosa. Pre-made.
It's
no, the glasses. They're kind of what is that? A margarita glass?
Could have used coffee mugs. Let's try this stuff out.
Come on, focus.
Already drunk.
I don't know how to do this.
You got it focused. Alright, I'm gonna slide this over.
Alright.
Raise our glasses. Yay. Alright. To the 46th president or whatever.
Whatever.
May he live for...
Not that you voted.
I'm not allowed to vote, so I'm just participating in this. May he live long and prosper, right?
Right.
I thought at 78 it's just like holding on.
Well, you gotta like a president, so I think he's prospering pretty well.
Yeah. I saw this thing online, like, because we need a lot of garlic for this.
Yes.
Yes, a lot of garlic, because we're gonna stud this thing with garlic on all sides, so it looks like a giant porcupine. So apparently you can peel garlic really quickly in a mason jar. So I got this small one, and I'm not sure the small ones will have like enough velocity going for like peeling the garlic. So we always like did some pre-thing here. We're gonna throw that in there, and you're supposed to close it and then just shake it vigorously. It's supposed to like peel the garlic for you. So we're gonna do that.
Do like different directions.
Different directions.
Do a wild just like this.
How long is it supposed to do that? Oh, we got one peeled. One, I see one. All right, that's like a lot of work, man. Whew. How are we looking? That might work. Let's try putting it in a larger shaker.
Oh, volume.
Mix up volume.
We'll see.
All right, so use a larger one. Close it up. Stuff like that. Ooh, that already sounds about better. Size may actually make a difference here.
You're the bartender of garlic.
Yeah, the bartender of garlic.
Mixologist.
Raise your glasses. Let's take a look. Ooh, that looks not bad. Yeah, volume seems to make a big difference. So the more volume you have, we create more velocity.
I guess the thing to take away from here is buy pre-peeled garlic.
Yeah, just buy pre-peeled.
Alright, we're gonna cut till you're done with that.
Yeah, just cut and I'll just continue like peeling here or something. Okay, if you peel some garlic in the shaker, do yourself a favor and pretty much buy pre-peeled garlic for this.
Right.
Because this is an asshole getting this. Yeah, so let's stud the roast here. So we just got like a smaller steak knife here. Now we're just gonna poke some holes in there. They should be big enough to hold like a garlic clove, probably more like what, this size. I guess it's like the tip of your pinky finger maybe. That should probably be the largest size I'm gonna put in there. So you just poke holes randomly and you just stick the garlic in. So it's like pretty much just like right under the surface. Yeah, just poke some holes wherever you want and just stick the stuff in there. If you don't want as much garlic, you don't have to do this. We like a lot of garlic, so we stud this thing, but you can just use a garlic press out some garlic and then just rub the roast with it that way. Kind of achieves something very similar, but this is kind of fun. Just stud it and like, it gets a little bit more garlic flavor in there. Disadvantage is when it's done, the garlic doesn't really cook necessarily all the way through, so it has sometimes a little bit more of a stronger garlic flavor to it. If you don't like that, like I said, just put it in the garlic press and just rub it on the outside. And then you just use garlic powder too.
Weak.
Yeah, weak. So you can leave some of the fat on here. You can just cut it off, doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna trim this off here real quick.
Isn't the fat the flavor? Cutting off the flavor.
You want me to leave it on? I'll leave it on.
You.
Most heavily used muscle on the cow, the round roast, or the round eye
part of
muscle.
the cow is that?
It's like some about fat. Like actually use it to stand and hold itself up.
Okay.
You can cut this into steak sizes, but you end up with a dollar steak. It's going to be so tough you can't even eat it. So the only thing to like really get this thing to be nice and tender is to slow roast it.
Cool.
And then it turns out like really good.
Can you also instant pot it?
Yeah,
If you have
you can Instant Pot it. This is not like an Instapot type thing. So I'm gonna do this for a little while. We'll come back once I'm done studding. All right, we managed to stud our roast here. So there's a bunch of garlic pretty much sticking into this entire thing here. Looks like a studded tire for the snow. So we're gonna put this to the side real quick. We're gonna prep some thyme. We're gonna put some thyme on it. Strip the thyme. We're going to add some rosemary here as well. So I got some rosemary sprigs. I'm just going to pull the stuff off here on these guys. Of course, you can just use dried herbs here.
weak.
Yeah, totally weak. We're just going to use some fresh ones. You can pre-dry these if you want. It's not necessary because we're going to put it in at such a low temperature that the herbs are not going to burn. So take the knife, quick chop. So
That's your first one.
Yeah.
First video with the new knife. Huh?
yeah, exactly. Thank you to Leighton for getting me this pimp knife. So this is a Wüsthof Classic chef knife.
German, of course.
It's a German one, yeah. It's nice and sharp. Well, we managed to cut myself. So if you're getting a new chef knife, the balance is going to be off. And you want to make sure that you like start off a little slower than normal if you're getting yourself a new knife. Otherwise you'll end up hurting yourself a little bit. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Live by the chef knife.
Whatever. I'll take the roast. I'll just put it back on here. And douse it with some olive oil.
That's usually what I do too. It's a whole lot. I know. It's just sad and terrible. Go to bed. Good girl.
Throw some salt and pepper on this guy. Take the stuff and just rub the herbs all over. So I did take this beef out probably an hour before actually doing this to kind of let it come up to room temperature. It helps it later on. Alright, so probe, stick that right center, put this guy on here. I'm gonna put some aluminum foil down, make the cleanup a little easier. You know, it's gonna be at such a low temperature that it's not even gonna drip. Put this in, try not to burn myself, and I plug this in. There we go. Now we'll let that go.
Okay.
See, internal temperature is already 63. And once it's at 135, we'll pull it out. And we'll give it a reverse sear.
What did you set this on?
200.
Okay.
So we'll make the au jus part over here. I cut up an onion real quick here for the au jus. This one looks like it's a little older one, so it's like a little brown on the inside, which is all right. We'll just take the leaves off it that are still good. You know, we'll just discard anything else because we don't really need like the starch of an onion. And you can use any onion you want, red onion, regular like yellow, white. This is white, large white onion. It's gonna be a little bit more potent. We're not gonna eat this, it's just for flavor. We're gonna strain all this stuff out later. That was about a medium size onion. Throw that in the pot. Take like 4 or 5 garlic cloves that we still have. We're gonna throw those in here as well. Throw in a sprig of rosemary. Still got some sprigs of thyme, so we'll throw those in there as well. So pretty much what we put on the roast, we're going to put in the juice here, and the juice, you know, add some water. Throw this on top. Spit it out. Throw in some bay leaves. You can use all the little crappy pieces, like torn up. You don't want to use for anything else. Just throw them in there. Like I said, we're going to strain this in the end. Worcestershire sauce. Shake it first. We'll add some beef base. Well,
It's just called beef base.
this is beef base. You can
Hold that stick.
You can buy this at any store. It's like this, just this paste. You can use a beef cube. You can use the.
Okay.
You can make your own, but this works pretty well. Gluten free, if anybody cares.
But not vegan.
Probably not. Contains cooked beef.
Oh, there you go. Sorry, vegans.
So we'll throw that in there. Maybe we like want some more juice, right?
Some more juice in the juice.
More juice. Throw that in there. Got a big pot. Alright. We'll start with that, and then we'll see how it tastes later. So this can simmer for like the 2 or 3 hours that the roast is going to be in. And we'll come back to it. That's it. So we'll come back once the roast reaches temperature.
2 hours later.
All right, our beef has reached temperature. We're gonna throw in 2 baguettes real quick. So these are pre-frozen baguettes. We'll just bake them up real quick. And we'll have those with our au jus. So we'll just toss those guys in there at 350 for a couple minutes. All right, hold on. Cut it.
What?
All right, so the baguettes are in. We're gonna pull out the roast. We're gonna give it a sear now after the fact. So we're gonna put some ghee on our pan here.
Please see previous episode about how to make ghee.
Yes, previous episode has ghee. So this is.
I think that was episode 6.5.
Yeah, 6. Oh, you actually remember. See, like I was saying, it like produces very little juices. Right here. Because it's such a low temperature. It just kind of sits there and doesn't do anything. So now we're gonna give it a sear now after the fact. So we're just gonna give it a really quick sear on all sides, on high. Put the ghee on it. You can always see that it doesn't really take long for it to like kind of create a little bit of a crust here, and that's all we're looking for. So we're just gonna go like 1 360, and that's pretty much it. So that's already it on this side. That's already it. So we can put this back in our roasting pan to rest a little bit. Don't even need to wrap this. You can wrap it if you want, but we're gonna eat this in like 10 minutes, so just let it sit. I'm gonna deglaze this pan real quick and put it into our jus. So we don't wanna like waste any, right? Right. Just use the liquid we have. This one. So, I'm going to still strain this guy. Try. I'm going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar to this, just to give it like a little bit of it. Alright, now we're just going to strain it. Strain full. Alright, so let's strain this guy. You could just serve it straight out of the thing, but we're just gonna keep it. Alright. Put that in there. Do one quick test. Pepper. Some salt. Nope, that was good. So we're just gonna wait for the baguette to come out, and then once that's out, we can start slicing into our roast. It should have been setting about 10 minutes at that point. You can let it sit a little longer if you want. And then we're ready to serve. So we pulled the baguette out. I'm gonna put that on the plate already, and we're gonna slice into our roast here. So we thinly slice this. Of course, if you have a meat slicer, use a meat slicer. If not, slice this as thin as you want. I wouldn't recommend going more than 1/4 inch on the thickness. There we go. There we have it. Round eye roast a la beef au jus with French baguette. That's it. That was Fabian's 30-minute meals. If you can't do it in 30 minutes or less, you're doing it wrong. All right. Until next time. Auf Wiedersehen.